What's up, y'all? We back at it, and we just got the season finale for Invincible. That's crazy, man. Like, yo, those 6 weeks went by quick as hell. But this finale was really damn good. And let me tell you the reason why. When you think of most series and battle series in general, where they have a big battle, a war, whatever the case may be, afterwards you just see people kind of like tend to their wounds and that's about it. But in this episode of Invincible, you get to see how Mark handles the battle, well, I guess the aftermath of the battle, like his psyche, how he has to deal with what just happened and how it's affecting him, how he's suffering from PTSD from everything he witnessed in space during that war. And it's crazy. Like, this episode has so many moments where Mark was losing it to the point where even for me as a viewer, I was like starting to get like, yo, damn, is this real? Is this fake? Like, what's going on? Like, especially this one right here. I feel like it's between this one with his mother, Debbie, and then the one that they have later on in the episode with Eve. I don't know which one is worse. I'm gonna say the Debbie one because it's your mom, but like you have it where Mark just turns around to talk to his mother, and you just see this right here, man. You see Thrag holding his mom by the neck, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When I was sitting down and watching this, I was just like, and it's crazy because I read the comics, or I watched videos on the comics back in season one, but so I don't remember everything. But when I saw this part right here, I'm like, what the hell, Thrag? Don't, not Debbie. Like, I mean, there's a lot of other people you could go get, but you just see Thrag holding Debbie, and this scene right here, Mark frozen, don't know what to do. Thrag, and then Thrag says one of the coldest lines ever. He says, "This is nothing but like a small piece of what you did to us." Like, him taking out Debbie, it was considered small in comparison to what, what I'm saying, what Mark took from him. Which I guess, in a sense, I guess he's kind of right because the planet, he took the whole planet from him. He's just taking a single person, but it's still messed up. And when I saw this, man, I was just like that scene was just, oh, it was so brutal. I was sitting there like, yo. Even Mark was just like, what? And then the way they just did the blood on his face, like, look at Mark. Oh my gosh. Like, this man is suffering right here. This man is suffering. And then you find out that it was just him imagining that this actually took place. You have like several moments throughout this episode where he's just constantly suffering from what happened, like the PTSD, the stuff that he witnessed in that war just is affecting him on such a level because he feels powerless. He knows he was powerless in that battle. Like in the previous episode, we seen Mark run. Despite how much we've seen Mark lose in the previous seasons, we've never seen him run from an opponent. We seen him running from Thrag, and Thrag did catch him and put the paws on him. But we've never seen something like that happen. So for Mark, like, he feels like, yo, all we really did was upset them. Like, we took their home away from them, and now it's like a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. And I don't know, man. I just felt like this episode did a good job of showcasing, like, yo, how war can affect a person's mind. You even have it where, Mark goes to talk to his friends, and you have a moment where, his best friend has the boyfriend who got messed up and experimented on. I believe that was in season one, if I'm not mistaken. But you have it where he looks at Mark and he tells his boyfriend, like, yo, he going through a lot right now. Like, he's seen a lot out there, and that shit is all in his mind. And the boyfriend's like, how do you know? He says, because I know that look. I see it all the time. Well, I used to see it all the time when I looked in the mirror. So, and it's crazy to think, like, some people might just look at this as an episode of Invincible, but it's real people that's fighting for our country, or, what I'm saying, or just been through some, police, trying to protect people. It's real people who experience stuff similar to this. I mean, not on this level, but they experience tragedies and stuff like that, and they're suffering from what they witnessed, from what they had to do, what they tried to stop from happening. They're suffering. So that's why I feel like this was a really good episode, because it shows you how, how wars can really affect the psyche. And I don't know. I just thought I really like that aspect of this episode. I mean, I like the episode in general, but I really love that aspect of this episode. And then we have it where Omni Man is talking to Debbie, and Debbie, she's pissed about what happened with Oliver and how, they left Oliver on the ship, but it's because they rushed back to Earth. And I was like, that was a dope moment as well. Of course, I don't know why I want to, what is it, Yellow Jacket? Something jacket. But anyway, you got her reuniting with her father, the father asking about the war. We find out that Eve herself confessed about having an abortion. So I was not expecting that. I might get some things mixed up from the last time I saw the full story of Invincible. But man, yeah, she had a abortion. She tells Mark about it. You have it where Mark, he feels bad because he feels like he wasn't there for her in her time of need. And it's understandable. And, she felt alone. So she made a decision. And I mean, some people may not agree with the decision, but it was more so just her being alone that I feel like that led her to make that decision. But here's another moment right here where, again, Mark is just suffering from, everything that went down. You have it where he turns the corner here. Let me see. Like, yeah, he turns the corner and just sees bodies. Like, this is how traumatized he is from that war. And, you have it where his friend was just next to him, but now his friend is having his mouth ripped out. That just shows you, my bad. That just shows you how big this event is. But shout out to this guy, man. Shout out to him. I feel like he probably won't get the love he deserved. But the fact that this guy right here, you know, him and Debbie broke up, but he's telling Debbie like, "Yo, go see Oliver, go to space. He's a part of your life." I just thought that was really, I don't know, that was really grown up for him. The way he's accepted just being the friend and the way he's doing it. Now, I'm not saying you should go, friends on yourself, but I'm just saying, I just really, I don't know, I just thought big ups to him, man. That's all I can really say. Then you got this other moment where Thrag sees, Mark sees Thrag again. He's talking to Eve, and that's why I was asking y'all earlier, which scene do you think is worse? The scene with Debbie or this scene right here where, saying he picks up Eve and he's holding her. And I'm not going to lie to you. This shit was brutal. This was brutal, but I still feel like the Debbie one is worse because it's his mom. Granted, this is his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? I guess somewhat baby mom. I get it. I get it. But this was just, man. I don't know. You guys can let me know how y'all feel about this scene. And then just the way Thrag look at him, talks trash to him, and then Mark is just like powerless, powerless to stop this guy. I don't know. For me, I just feel like it was a really good moment. And then let me see, like him just squeezing her eye out. It was just a brutal moment. Eye popping out. Now, granted, Mark should have known this wasn't true because Eve probably would have did something to fight back with her powers. Granted, I know her powers are a little wonky, but I think she would have did something. But you have that moment right there, and then you have this amazing moment right here with, Seesaw and or Omni Man. No, I don't know why I can never remember his name. I keep calling him Omni Man. I mean, I know he is Omni Man, but anyway, you got it where he's just apologizing, letting him know that he did what he could to try to protect Earth. And you got it where he tells Seesaw like, "Yo, I did everything I could, man. I nearly died to save this planet, to win that war." And you have it where Seesaw says a really good line to Omni Man. He says like, "We'll try it 200 and something thousand more times, and then we'll be even. Then you can come talk to me." Meaning that's the total amount of lives that was lost in that battle when he faced off against his son Invincible. But that was just such a great moment for Seesaw. Like, shout out to him. Then you have it where towards the end of the episode, Debbie decides to go with Omni Man so she could see her son. She said she would have did the same for Mark if he was injured. So you have that go down, and then you actually have this moment right here where towards the end of the episode, I said Conquest, but Thrag show up, and he pretty much tells Mark that he has a decision to make. He tells Mark like, "Yo, my people are gonna hide among your people. They're gonna breed. They're gonna have kids. We won't affect the human world in any way possible. We won't interfere. We won't try to dictate. We won't do any of those things. We're just here to blend in and have kids and rebuild our army. He tells Mark, like, yo, you have a choice. Either you can accept these terms or we could go slaughter everybody. It's only 37 of us, but we can wipe out this planet. And you have it where Mark, he doesn't want to accept it. He doesn't want to just be cattle to help them rebuild their army, but at the same time, he knows there's nothing he can do. And so he does accept Thrad's proposal. And then you have it where at the end, Thrag says to him, he says, like, yo, you've just saved the life of everybody on this planet. And he just pretty much, I guess, thanks him and flies off and says, this is the last time you'll see me. And then even more importantly, at the end of this episode, you see that the previous leader of the coalition left a message um, for your boy Alan, the alien, and it's pretty much he made an even more potent, powerful version of the what is it called, the Scourge virus, and he wants Alan to use it to wipe out all the Viltrumites because he says they need to be extinguished. Like, yo, this dude hates his race that much that he's like, yo, they need to be wiped out. They no longer need to be among us. It's insane. But you have it where he actually walks in. He ends up finding the tube. Let me see. Yeah, he finds the scourge virus that the previous leader left, and that's how this season ends. And we're just gonna have to wait to season 5, which I hope we get next year. But who knows, man? Who knows? But all in all, man, amazing season finale. It just really, the stuff they did with Mark was just really good. But I'm curious to hear y'all take on it down below. And if y'all like the video, thumb it up. Please subscribe. Hit the bell. I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.